Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wanted to travel to over 160 countries without any visa requirements? Well, you're in luck. Stick around for this video and let me share with you how you can apply for the world's best passport. I think. In this video, I will be running through the entire process of applying for Singapore citizenship. The Singapore citizenship journey can be broken down into 3 stages from 1 to 3, followed by the Citizenship Ceremony. Let's talk about stage 1. The first thing you need to do is to check your eligibility for your citizenship. Head on down to the ICA website or click the link in the description below to check your eligibility in becoming a Singapore citizen. If you have been a Singapore permanent resident for at least 2 years and are aged 21 and above, you are eligible. There are a bunch of different ways you can meet the criteria for eligibility, but this one should be the most common. After you have checked your eligibility, you should prepare all the documents required for the citizenship application. All the documents required are listed on the same page as well. Some examples of the documents required are your birth certificate, academic results, and your foreign identity card along with your passport. Make sure that you scan all of the necessary documents in the form of a PDF so that they can be easily submitted online through the ICA website. The next step would be to actually submit your online application. Use the same link below and click on Apply Online. Log in with your SingPass and follow the procedure in filling up the application form. You will also be asked about the rest of your family, so be prepared with all your family members' particulars with their backgrounds such as their education, employment history, and so on. And now we simply have to wait.
Many months later,
we have now arrived at stage 2 of your journey. In this stage, you should be receiving an approval in principle letter. This basically means that your application was successful and you're on your way to becoming a Singapore citizen. During this stage, you will need to complete your Singapore citizenship journey, also known as the SCJ, which needs to be completed within 2 months of receiving the letter. The SCJ consists of 3 different components. The first one is the e-journey, which is an online questionnaire about the history of Singapore. Videos will be played about various Singapore historical events, followed by a questionnaire that requires a 70% in order to pass and move on, so do pay attention. The second component is the Singapore Experiential Tour, which is meant to help new citizens learn more about Singapore. This component requires you to book a tour in either the City Gallery Tour, the Old Factory Tour, or the other available choices. The tour is meant to provide you with the knowledge of how Singapore came to be, what it is today, as well as the thought process behind all the decisions that have been made. However, because of COVID, they now offer online experiential visits, which can be done from the comfort of your home. The last component is the community sharing session, which will also need to be booked at one of the community centers near your area. The component is the sharing between soon-to-be citizens, which is you, with the local community in order to answer any questions or queries, as well as welcoming you as soon-to-be Singaporeans. Again, because of COVID, they do also offer online community sharing sessions. After completing your Singapore citizenship journey, we can move on to stage 3. In stage 3, you will be receiving your citizenship approval letter to inform you that you are at the last stage of your citizenship application. There are 2 steps in this last stage. The first step is to renounce your current citizenship. Each country will have their procedure in renouncing their citizenship, so please go to your respective embassy websites or contact them regarding the documents required, as well as the procedure. Once you have gone through the process of renouncing your citizenship, you will receive an acknowledgement slip, and your IC, passport, and birth certificate will be kept. Again, every country will have their own process of doing things, and in your case, they might let you keep your documents until you have to surrender them at a later date. At this point, you are officially stateless, so you are neither a citizen of your previous country, nor are you a Singapore citizen. So please do not make any travel plans as you cannot leave the country. It is good practice to not make any travel plans 3 to 4 months after receiving your first approval in principle letter, as it will take some time before you actually receive your new passport. The second step of stage 3 is Singapore citizenship registration, where you will need to head down to ICA at the time given in your letter to apply for citizenship. So make sure that you have renounced your previous citizenship before the date given in the letter. If you're unable at any stipulated time and dates given in the letters, you can reschedule your appointment through the ICA website. There's also a link in the description below to make it a little easier for you. On the date given, head on to the ICA building and register. The fees involved are $70 for the Singapore Citizenship Certificate and $10 for the identity card. While you are at ICA, you will also need to apply for your new passport, which can be done a day after you register as a new citizen online, or at the ICA building itself. It is $10 cheaper if you apply online, so bear this in mind. You will also be receiving a temporary IC at this stage and will be asked to come down to ICA to collect your IC at a later date. Finally, we have come to the last stage, the Citizenship Ceremony, which will be held 3 to 6 months after completing stage 3. Do remember, it is a formal ceremony, so dress for the occasion. In fact, when attending any of the tours, sessions and ceremonies, do dress formally. During the ceremony, you will be presented with your citizenship certificate. And voila! Congratulations! You are a fully fledged Singapore citizen. The entire process can take between 1 and 2 years. For my case, I received my passport and IC 3 months after I applied for citizenship. If you would like to see a video on how to expedite your new Singapore passport, do comment down below. With that, we have come to the end of the video. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments and I will be happy to answer. Once again, Majulah Singapura.